My hair turning pink.
I think we've got
hair,
it. Matt, are you going to do it or shall I?
I forgot the name.
It's a whole nother podcast.
So you're going to add that, but not my comment earlier?
That is amazing. Hello, welcome back to There's Noel in Podcast, the podcast for the people, by the people. I'm your host, Matt, and today I'm joined by my co-host, Morgan.
Yo.
And we got Ben back with us today.
Am I one of the people?
No, I said my co-host, Morgan, and Ben.
There was distinction.
So how's it feel to be back, Ben?
Feels good.
All right. So if you enjoy, even if you don't, join the movement by subscribing to There's Noel in Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Or you can follow us on Instagram at Noel Experience. Or check us out on YouTube because we now do videos there. Hello, YouTube. Today's episode is kind of just a Merry Christmas sort of episode. I will try and get out on Boxing Day. So happy holidays for tomorrow. And today we're just going to talk a bit about our previous Christmas experiences, maybe go through a little bit of a review, but not spend too much time on it for how this year has gone, and then just throw a few stats in there. Pretty short episode, hopefully, and we're just going to kind of chill for a bit. So I guess we can start off by saying this year we had a pretty good year in our podcast. We passed out most of our goals, actually all of our goals.
Oh, we still haven't hit 200 followers on Instagram.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Plug.
We're at
follow the Instagram, please.
193, I think.
Yeah,
So
it's pretty
193.
yeah, 7 more people, and we're gonna hit all of our goals for this year. So come on, guys, at Noel Experience.
Have we ever looked into like how many views the page gets versus how many followers? I feel like there must be some people that actually look at the stories more than actually follow.
Well, I still monitor
we
that.
did at one point.
Yeah, we
so
still monitor that.
I think we realized one of our problems was we get a lot of traction, but we kind of lack that aesthetic that made people want to stay. So we're kind of trying to work on that. But
yeah, slowly but surely.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the next couple of things would be the rest of the year. I know most people have had a pretty shit year. Some of us in here have had a pretty interesting year at work. Ben now has no job. Morgan lost his job and got a new better one, and I've fortunately been okay. So those are the real lives of 2020.
I just want to say, Matt says I have no job, but that was by choice.
Yeah, what?
So Ben quit. I was fired.
That made me look bad.
Well,
Don't worry, man. I don't think you'll be unemployed as long as I was.
No, I think
My hair turning pink.
I think
Yeah,
we've got it.
hair,
Sorry. Yeah, the way you said it, I was like, oh, that doesn't sound so good.
Okay.
Social status is in.
Sorry,
danger.
my bad. Let me correct myself. Ben resigned from his job, but I was officially right by saying he has no job.
Yes, indeed, I am unemployed.
Pretty sure he's in a relationship.
Whoa.
Technically,
That's a full-time job. All right, let's move on.
Ooh.
I do appreciate you, Lexi. Don't worry.
She's not here to do our intro or our outro today. Sorry.
And if anything, I stick up for you because you don't technically have a boyfriend. He is your boyfriend.
Boy, if you don't get those little jokes at Ben and his technical girlfriend, you can check out the previous episode that he was in. So Christmas, because it's a Christmas theme, it's now Boxing Day according to the listeners. I just wrote down a couple Christmas questions.
Hit me.
So, have you ever written a letter to Santa Claus?
Yes.
Can you remember what it says?
I could go on a spiel, but I remember Mum specifically was like kind of keen on the reindeers aspect, so I mentioned to him after throwing some stuff, specifically carrots out onto the roof.
Wait, you threw carrots onto the roof?
But he also threw bread into the fans.
Yeah,
So
that's also true too. And that was around Christmas as well.
that was Christmas Day.
But yeah, I remember like referencing, the reindeers are well kept, got carrots and things. And
Give me more presents.
I got you sorted out with the cookies and all that, but I think I just maybe listed like my top 3 or 4 items, which would have been like a DS, a PSP, or whatever it was.
This is last year.
I actually wouldn't mind a new DS.
One of us do have a new DS.
I and I.
Yeah.
New and used. I don't remember ever giving or writing a letter to Santa. It's probably because I couldn't like write properly up until, well,
Up
I
until?
still can't write
I
properly.
mean,
My
yeah, true.
handwriting is shit.
Everyone should see Matt's handwriting.
It looks like a baby's writing.
It's about as good as his math.
But you know,
Whoa.
you know,
My
Dad.
math has improved. Last episode, I worked it out in my head.
Dad had terrible handwriting when he was growing up, so he actually switched to all caps. and no joke, you'll watch him write, and it's all caps across the board. I've never seen him write a common letter.
I'm actually so bad at all caps that I go to write all caps.
How would you mess at all caps?
Within 3 letters,
Oh, you're just joining up.
I'm like switched back to normal, and I'm like, I literally started this as all caps.
And then your words turn out like a SpongeBob meme.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I used to join up a lot,
Yeah.
like in primary school, because that's how you're taught, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know why I switched. I think must be like around 10 years old when I was going to do the 11 plus. Don't know why, but I switched to like not joining up my letters at all, just because it looked nicer to me at the time. It was more symmetrical. All the teachers were like, you have to join up,
Yeah, I
or
remember that,
they're going to minus marks off your essays. And, like the whole thing for the 11 plus, right? They were saying you can't get more than an 80 in the English if you're not joining up. That's just how it works.
So I top 10.
It's true, Morgan, you got top 10 at 11
Anyway,
plus.
I got 99 in English.
I do find it funny though that I just started with reindeers and carrots, and here we are 11 plus.
I was
Morgan
now going
in
to say,
capitalized
I was
letters.
now going to say that happens to us far too often. We end up talking one
Say
thing.
side tangent.
Should we just let Matt edit it? That's all that happens.
Anyway, back at it again. Along the same line of Santa, when do you find out about Santa? I remember the exact day and time. And who told me.
Weirdly, so do I.
Yeah, so I kind of told Matt last night.
Yeah.
I remember I was at St. Winifred's. Me and the boys were just standing around talking, and
I'll blank his name.
well, you don't have to.
I will anyway.
Yeah, this specific person, I'll just say it and see if Matt edits anyway. Yeah,
Fix it in post.
he
I never fix it in post.
yeah, but this specific person, if Matt doesn't edit,
You just said his name, Ben.
yeah, but he says I'm gonna fix it a later time.
Anyway, just go.
Yes, so we were talking, and then I was thinking, yeah, Santa's coming this year, Christmas coming up, and he says to me, Ben, Santa's not real, right? And I was like, no, blah, blah, blah. And I started giving my case.
My mummy
And
told
then
me.
everything that I said, he countered with facts, which is like, oh, what do you mean, blah, 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 it's your mom and dad, blah, blah. And like, on that point, I had the realization that Santa really wasn't real, and he ruined it for me. So thank you for
how
both
old-
listening, if you are. But also screwing me over.
How old were you?
I think I was about 9. It was like J3 or so, yeah. Sad days.
I remember for me, I was like 6, and
6.
yeah, because we were living in Highgate, so I was like really young, and we were outside like throwing a ball around me and blank his name too, and the man was just like, it wasn't even close to Christmas. It was like, I don't know,
July.
it was in the summer. He's like, yeah, dog, I just find out Santa ain't real. I was like, wait, what? What are you telling me?
First of all, a 6-year-old running around kicking a ball and says, yeah, dog. That's
All right, he
interesting.
might not have said it like that, but it was pretty rough. So he's like, man, he just found out Santa's not real. I was like, are you serious? Who's giving me these presents? And I like went to ask mom. I was like, I might get in trouble for knowing this. I don't know why I like had that thought. When you're a kid, sometimes you like have weird thought. So anyway,
When you're a kid. So how do I explain them now?
you're still a kid.
How about you, don't work?
Hmm?
You have
I
a
remember
story?
the exact day, everything. It was a Thursday.
Okay.
I'm serious, Thursday, upper 3, St. Angela's. Sitting down, all the guys used to sit down on our like lunch boxes. We used to have the like square,
Yeah.
hard ones, right? We're all sitting on our lunch boxes. You're not allowed to sit on lunch boxes back then, so we're rebels. We're also sitting down next to the garbage. For whatever reason, we used to do that. And edit his name. Said this along the same lines. Morgan, Santa is not real, right? I'm 10 at the time, as gullible as could be. Just thinking. Damn. It was such a good reality. Everything's gone down since. Gone downhill since.
It's true. You find out about Santa, and after that, you don't know what's real and what's not. I guess we should probably move on from that Back to what Ben was saying. What snacks did you put for Santa? Ben used to throw carrots on the roof. I didn't know about this, but okay.
Some cookies as well, like Oreos
Used to
or
throw them on the
tea
roof
times. And nah. The funny thing is that, I mean, mom or dad had to come downstairs and take a bite of a cookie.
It's true.
Which is a sad thing. Imagine you're like real full from dinner, you got to eat this cookie.
Yeah,
Well,
it's such a tough
first of
life,
all-
man. Gotta eat a cookie, darn.
First of all, who doesn't have room for dessert if you're full from dinner?
True.
Let me just
I
say
mean,
that.
you last night, you skip on dessert.
Yeah, but I don't really have dessert anyway. That's another story for another
Matt doesn't
time.
like dessert conversation.
Yeah, we know he's a
piece.
weird cookie. Like
And
that
which
one.
I don't eat because I don't like dessert. Favorite present ever. I'll start with mine. Mine was, I can't remember like what year I got it, but Ben and I got this giant scale electric, which I don't know if everyone doesn't know what that is. It's basically tracks that you can join together, and you have a remote that's connected into the track that just powers the track your car is on. So it's either you press the button or you let it go, and the car goes faster or slower. And we got that one year, and I was fascinated with this thing. And I remember I was putting it up for the first time ever, and I'm like trying to join the tracks, and I have my like head close down, and dumbass me had it plugged in. My head touched the electric track, and I shocked myself in the forehead, and I was like, "You!"
Say, in the brain.
in the brain.
That explains so much.
Yeah, maybe that's why I don't like dessert.
I do remember that, and that was probably the most sporty thing we did have. You're right.
That was
I
great,
didn't
man.
think about that.
I still have that up, like above my cupboard at home. 15 years later, don't mind this.
I remember like 4 years after we got it, we went to use it again, but it was nice, clean, like silver or whatever metal that the cars would run in,
Yeah.
and it wasn't working so well because it was rusting.
Rusty.
So we
Yeah,
literally sanded the whole thing.
By we, he means me.
Matt
Same
worked
way,
hard.
same way we washed the car.
Listen, you only asked me to do it yesterday.
Anyway, Morris, what about you?
I can't say that I really have one specific favorite present. I was lucky. I used to get a lot of presents as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, a lot.
I used to love presents from your mom.
Mm-hmm. My mum is really good with gifts. Like, she'll go out of her way to make sure that she gets good gifts for like all of you guys.
Yeah.
Miranda and I especially.
Yeah.
But what you used to really like, and I still get them, are the little like socks on your bedroom door that had in all the candies and stuff.
You mean the stockings?
I was about to say, Matt, are you gonna do it or shall I?
I forgot the name.
It's like the whole Santa outfit. Morgan, they're called stockings.
Yes,
Morgan
the
heard
stockings.
Santa wasn't real, and then he's like, all right, well, these are just socks then. Giant friggin' socks.
Massive.
Yeah, so I
Yeah,
used to
those are
love
pretty
getting these socks with all these chocolates. Because that was like my breakfast cover for the next 2 weeks.
What? Chocolates?
Their pretzels, come on, I was healthy.
Right, okay.
I followed that with water, right? So it's okay.
I know what you mean though, like full of a variety of candy. Sometimes it had in like boxers or some extra little pieces of
That's what you're eating on Christmas morning. Boxers.
edible boxers.
Whoa, look. Listen.
That's a whole nother podcast.
So you're gonna add that, but not my comment earlier.
That's getting fully edited out, me. Oh, boy.
That is your job, to keep me on a leash.
It's true. We said that in the previous video we did. If you haven't watched that, we did a collab with The Wholesome Kitchen with Michaela. It's up on our YouTube.
That's not a previous episode. That's
Yeah, well, it's not a previous episode. It's a video that we did.
It's
it
a
came out
side-
last week.
side project.
Yeah. So we just thought we would try and collab with some other creators. Michaela's our friend, and she also does a great job at Wholesome Kitchen. So we wanted to get together with her. If you want to go and watch it, go ahead. We basically were making peppermint bark, and Morgan and I can't cook, so that was interesting. We put our normal, we like to think we're funny, spin on it. So yeah, go and check that out if you want.
I watched that and I was thinking, Michaela could not have chosen something simpler.
I know.
Yeah,
We literally melted the chocolate, threw some candy canes in, and put it in the freezer. Spoiler alert.
Luckily, we cut out all the bloopers, though, because we still messed up.
We messed up so much.
We had to like broil. It was broil, right?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
We had to broil the chocolate. Apparently, you don't fill up the water all the way.
You have to steam the chocolate. All right, let's not give too much away. Go and check out the video. But yeah, so we're looking to do some other collaborations and possibly even some interviews in the new year. We'll talk about that in the next episode. Next one's a bit of a doozy, I think. I'm gonna enjoy that one. Yeah, doozy. I'm gonna enjoy doing that one. Stay tuned to our Instagram for that. Please follow because we need you guys to go and vote. We're not telling you what on yet, but go and follow that.
Plug.
And I guess I just have one more question because I think we're just about out of our short limit of time. What's your least favorite present as a kid?
I think we all have the same story.
Yeah. So I'll tell it. We normally get on Christmas Day we get together with our family and we save the gifts from them to open in front of them. And I remember one year we went to open some gifts. And Ben,
before we continue, right, we should also say we aren't young at the time. This is my first year back from university. This was my first year back from university, so I would have been like 19.
Yeah.
Right. And I would have been whatever, 20,
30.
24. 30. This man, eh? 24,
I mean, it feels like I'm
23. Wow.
Yeah, continue though. I just want to throw that in there.
You forget I
to
edit
give
this and
perspective.
I can yeah.
Matt's gonna edit the 30 and be like,
correct.
25.
Anyway,
He is
so
now.
we got 3 different presents from the same person. Ben and Morgan opened theirs, and it was socks. Socks. And I was looking at mine, and mine is a giant thing like this. If you can't see what I'm doing, switch to YouTube there quick. It's a giant thing like this, and I'm thinking, well, that's not socks.
Matt, they were saying, I lucked out, guys.
Whoa, relax. I mean, so I'm opening this thing. I'm thinking it's some sort of like bat or like something to do with the camera because I like a monopod or something. It was an umbrella. So Ben and Morgan.
The rainy season are coming up.
And I got an umbrella. And I think, I still use the umbrella actually. And I'm sure at one point or another use these socks, but it was not what we were expecting.
I think the socks are still probably 1 or 2 in circulation.
Do socks come in sizes? I don't actually know.
Yeah, there's a large.
Small, medium, and large.
No, I
Small,
think
medium,
there's
large.
like
I think
8
so.
to 11. Like there's a size range, something like that.
You sure that's not age?
But I, no. All right.
Because what I remember, you should have said that the family member who we got this from, like our side of family, your side of family is quite like big, like tall. So
Yeah.
whenever I get presents like from that side of family, whether it's a button-down shirt or whatever, it's always a nightgown. like it's always way too big for me. I missed out on the height jeans. And these socks were football socks.
They're massive.
Right up to your knees. I was slipping quick. This didn't happen to me, but one of my co-workers, apparently he got like an Amazon gift card and he went and plugged it in and it just didn't work. So the person used it.
Used it in every cycle.
That probably is the shittiest
Yeah,
one.
that is pretty shitty.
Yeah.
All right, I guess that kind of concludes our questions. Anyone who's interested, I just wrote down quickly some stats for the year. We did an episode like this a while back, so just
Are we gonna do something fairly similar next episode without giving too much away?
yeah, we're gonna try. Well, kind of. Next episode is more based on the voting that we want people to do. But this year we've got in total on Buzzsprout 1,750 downloads, which is very good. As I said earlier, we passed our goals. We were hoping for 25 or so downloads an episode, and we far surpassed that.
If you put that in context, we have 15 episodes out so far.
16 if you include the 9.5.
Okay, yeah, true.
Yeah.
So 16 in total, that's over 100 each, right? And as you said, we're looking for not even 25, I think, when we first started.
We said 20,
We said
happy.
20.
Yeah.
20 would be really good
Yeah.
per episode.
So thank you guys so much for listening. Sorry if you don't enjoy them all, but we can't always please everyone. But we're glad that you keep coming back. We'll try and keep the catchy titles to make you listen. And then since we started YouTube on episode 10, so that's 6 episodes ago, we have 450 on there. So that's pretty good too. If you enjoy watching on there, we're glad. We like filming that as well.
We also get quite a few people who come up to us and say, since you guys started doing the YouTube, I only watch on YouTube. I prefer watching it like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Which is good. I think it's good to have 2 mediums. So if you can't sit down and spend time watching the YouTube, you can put it on your speakers while you do something else as well.
Right.
The top, I actually have it on my phone. The top place watched is our Buzzsprout site, but we actually have Apple Podcasts is creeping up on that. Last 5 episodes, that's where the majority of people watch it, which is pretty cool as well. So if you want, you can go on Apple Podcasts and you can rate us there as well. On Spotify, I think you can rate it as well. We're going to talk about that in the next episode a little bit, so I won't go too much into that. And I guess that pretty much wraps up this episode. Thank you for listening. Where can they find you, Morgan?
Morgan_AER.
On Instagram and everything. Ben, what about you?
Ben Arnold, I think.
On Instagram and everything. You can find me at MatthewN11 on Instagram, and you can find the show on YouTube, Noel Experience, Instagram, Noel Experience. There's Noel Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or anywhere you can listen to a podcast. Some people listen on iHeartRadio. You can check that out as well if you want. So thank you for listening. We'll check you next time. Peace.
Well, you know, you said Ben or Noel just now. That made me think of I don't know, you would know, but between Matt and I don't know if you've done it recently, but whenever we used to go to like America or something like that, we needed to log into the Wi-Fi. I'd always use Ben's email.
What?
So, you know,
I would send you these shit. Yeah.
So after the other day, I'm at work. I go to the bathroom and my work's Wi-Fi can't reach the bathroom, right? But the specific mall's Wi-Fi guys.
Sign in with Ben's Wi-Fi.
So
That is amazing.